In today's world, we find ourselves navigating through tumultuous times. Distrust in our institutions, leaders, corporations, big tech, and even in one another seems to be at an all-time high. The cost of living remains steep, and depending on election outcomes, if we live in a democratic society, it feels like we are being pushed and pulled from one political extreme to another. The stress of merely trying to survive for many of us can feel unbearable, leading us to disconnect from current events altogether and hope for the best. We find ourselves questioning our existence and life choices, while feeling paralyzed by uncertainties about the future. Let's now add the record-crushing level of heat we're experiencing this summer across the globe. Given everything that's going on in our society, our need for inner resiliency has never been more crucial. Amidst these overwhelming challenges, one might ask, how do we develop resilience? How do we maintain our sense of stability and inner peace when the world around us feels so unstable? I believe one of the answers lies in embracing spirituality as a source of strength and guidance. But wait, what? Why spirituality? Before we speak to the ways we can build resilience, let's discuss the importance of cultivating spirituality as our foundation first. Spirituality provides a refuge, a sanctuary within ourselves where we can find solace and clarity. It encourages us to connect with something greater than ourselves, offering a perspective that transcends the immediate turmoil and stresses of daily life. This connection, whether we call it with God, Source, the universe, or whatever name we choose, fosters within us a sense of resiliency and determination, where we understand that while the absolute truth of our lives is that everything is transient and fleeting, the core of who we are can remain constant, stable, and rooted. When our society and the condition of our lives are in a constant state of flux, what can we do to try to find at least some sort of stability without ignoring the realities of the world, like an ostrich that is putting its head in the ground? How can we manage the chaos of the world without allowing the chaos out there to overtake us and make us feel horrible or depleted and demoralized? Since change is the inevitable law of the universe, then it makes no sense for us to root ourselves in anything that could be ever-changing without damaging ourselves or others in the process. Seeking stability in a constantly changing world requires us to find an anchor within ourselves, something unshakable that can guide us through life's storms. In light of these issues, including many more depending on where you reside around the world, what can we do to make ourselves more resilient? What is resiliency anyway? What does a resilient person look like? Simply put, they are a person who is able to bounce back from adversity. In order for our ancestors to survive the harshest of times and conditions, they had to be resilient and resourceful. Resilient individuals are characterized by their ability to adapt to changing circumstances, maintain a hopeful outlook, and continue to pursue their aims despite setbacks. They are often seen as mentally strong, courageous, disciplined, emotionally balanced, and capable of finding solutions to problems even in the most challenging situations. Having resiliency is not just about surviving, it's about thriving despite the challenges. It's about developing the capacity to face adversity with strength and grace, emerging stronger and wiser from the experience. Now, we'll go over some key factors that will help us become more resilient human beings. The first key to becoming resilient is to develop a practice that grounds us in the present and regulates our bodies. Practices such as meditation train us to create space between ourselves and what's happening outside of us, so that we may respond rather than merely react to what's happening. Recent research from Harvard University and Massachusetts General Hospital has confirmed this, that even just 8 weeks of mindfulness can lead to lasting changes in our amygdala, which is a region of our brain involved in emotional processing. Additionally, studies on mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, MBCT, have shown that integrating mindfulness with cognitive therapy enhances our ability to disengage from negative thought patterns, further supporting our capacity for emotional resilience. So, what does this mean for us? It means that by incorporating regular meditation into our daily lives, we can create lasting changes in our brains that help us manage stress and emotions more effectively. Imagine being able to navigate a stressful day at work, a challenging family situation, or even news about a heartbreaking humanitarian disaster with a sense of composure and control. A second key to developing resiliency is to disidentify with anything that isn't us, which includes recognizing that we are more than just our physical bodies. By connecting with our true inner selves, we can transcend the limitations imposed by external circumstances and instead become the witnesses of our lives, existing as pure consciousness. This shift in perspective allows us to approach life with a sense of detachment and clarity, enabling us to see beyond immediate challenges and respond consciously as we see fit. When we identify solely with our physical bodies, we become vulnerable to the inevitable changes and losses that life brings, and that includes anything we might inadvertently view as being an extension of ourselves, including our material possessions. However, by cultivating a deeper connection with our inner selves, the core essence that remains constant despite external fluctuations, we can find a stable foundation to navigate life's ups and downs. This spiritual perspective helps us understand that we are part of something larger and more enduring than our transient human experience. A third key to resiliency requires that we shift our perspective and truly understand that our experience of life is brief and that we can be gone at any time. Consider this. The probability of you being born is about 1 in 400 trillion. This staggering statistic highlights the uniqueness and preciousness of your existence. This perspective helps us detach from rigid narratives, beliefs about how things should be, and unrealistic expectations about life. The reality is that the future is unfolding, and no one knows what's going to happen or how long we're here for. So it's best not to assume that we're going to live a long life, or that we're even going to live an easy or good life. It's best to not assume anything, and live in reality, and navigate reality as it is. Embracing impermanence helps us appreciate the present moment and make the most of the time we do have. By understanding the rarity and fleeting nature of our existence, we can focus on what truly matters, build inner strength, and cultivate a resilient mindset that allows us to face life's challenges with grace and wisdom. We can make space for both the good and the bad that happens to us in life, or better yet, experience and accept life as it is without making any judgment calls. A fourth key to resiliency requires that we shift our focus from what's happening outside of us to what we can control and what is within our sphere of influence. By concentrating on our actions and responses, we can maintain a sense of empowerment and stability. This approach encourages us to take proactive steps towards improving our lives and the world around us, rather than feeling overwhelmed by circumstances beyond our control. It also helps us develop a sense of agency, knowing that we have the power to influence our own destiny. A powerful example of this principle can be found in Buddhism through the teachings of the Buddha on the Eightfold Path. One aspect of the Eightfold Path is right effort, which involves focusing our energy on cultivating positive states of mind and actions while letting go of negative states. This practice highlights the importance of directing our efforts towards what we can control, our own thoughts, actions, and responses, thus fostering resilience and inner strength in the face of external challenges. The fifth key to resiliency is expanding our perceptions and recognizing that while bad or unfortunate things happen, we may still be able to find light and joy in the present moment, wherever we are. This ability to find positivity amidst challenges is crucial for maintaining emotional well-being and resilience. By cultivating a positive mindset and focusing on the good in our lives, we can build a reservoir of inner strength that supports us through difficult times. This doesn't mean ignoring or denying the challenges we face, but rather finding a balance that allows us to acknowledge our struggles while also celebrating our victories, no matter how small they might be. An inspiring example of this principle can be found in Native American wisdom, particularly in the teachings of the Navajo, who emphasize the concept of hosho, often translated as walking in beauty. This philosophy encourages individuals to seek harmony, balance, and beauty in all aspects of life, even during times of adversity. It teaches us to appreciate the interconnectedness of life and to find gratitude and positivity in our surroundings and experiences. By adopting this perspective, we can learn to appreciate the present moment and discover joy and light, regardless of the challenges we face. As we navigate the complexities and challenges of our modern world, developing resilience through spirituality offers us a powerful way to find stability and peace within. By grounding ourselves in spiritual practices, we create a sanctuary within that shields us from the external chaos. We learn to respond with grace and wisdom, rather than reacting out of fear and anxiety. Remember, resilience is not about never facing adversity. It's about bouncing back and growing stronger from our experiences. It's about finding the strength within ourselves to face whatever life throws our way and emerging more empowered than before. If you know someone who could benefit from this video, please share it with them. Don't forget to subscribe to Awakening Soul for more insightful content on using spirituality for healing and transformation. Let's heal and grow together.